Right, okay, so second part of the sequence recommencing 12th of November is basically all the warriors. So bringing myself towards the front of the mat, which you cannot see. I am hopeless at doing these YouTube video type things. So in fact, let me move my mat back. There's a mat there. So I'm going to bring my feet down underneath my hips, looking down towards the toes. And I'm going to find my height through a very natural Tadasana. So I like to let my hips push back, my knees bend, let my arms relax down, rounding this upper half of the body. And then I'm going to straighten up the legs, let my hips come forwards and following this movement through the belly, through the heart, up to the neck. And this feels quite nice, so I'm going to take my hands back. Tailbone back over heels, lengthening up through the spine, hands down to heart centre. So here I am nice and tall, so I can sense my shoulders, my hips, my knees, my heels are stacked, resting down through the bones. Stepping back with the left foot. So I'm moving back into Chandrasana. You can't see this. Let me just adjust this thing. Can you see the mat? You can see the edges of it just about now, but I bet you can't see my head now. No. So I have got my heel lifted, and then my right foot is forwards, my hips are aligned, my shoulders, my head's floating up. So I'm trying to keep ribs and hips aligned. I'm now bending my back knee. So my heel is lifted on the ball of my back foot, and then I'm floating my hands up. And here is my Chandrasana. I'm now tensing my back heel, making it incredibly tense, and I'm taking the heel to the ground and looking out into my warrior one. And in doing that, by making that a bit of tension, I've just been able to release the heel a little bit. So it's a somatic movement. I'm going to do it again. I'm just going to lower my hands onto my front thigh, bringing my weight forwards. Then I'm lifting that heel, making it all that leg tense as I can. And then exhale, releasing the heel down. So beautiful footprint floating up to warrior one. Stepping forwards, I'm moving into a very simplified version of Warrior 3, taking just the heel of the left off the ground, but I'm going to go deeper. My hips are tilting. I'm just going to let the heart come forwards and down. Not very neatly done, but here is my Warrior 3. 5 breaths. Stepping back to Warrior 2. So now, believe it or not, the toes of my left foot are turned outwards to face this long end of the mat. And then my right foot, believe it or not, is pointing to the short end of the mat. So my knee is tracking towards the centre of my right foot. My hips are even. I'm quite nice with the straight. You can see my spine's nice and straight. Arms are up at shoulder height and I'm gazing forwards. Warrior 2. Try not to push the ribs forward. You know, sometimes in our insistence of being tall, this happens. I'm just trying to keep everything nice and soft through the centre of my body. And I'm just kind of finding that ground beneath my feet. Left hand drops down, in breath, keeping the knees still. I'm rising up to Sun Warrior, opening up this right side of the ribs. Rising back to Warrior 2. Arms are going to come together behind me this time, so I'm going to keep the shoulders from rolling forwards, keeping them nice and broad, turning towards my front knee, and then keeping the navel in, letting the hips tilt kind of sideways and forwards. Your right elbow towards, right shoulder towards the right knee, and lengthening forward. So again, granted, this might not be how far you come. It could be that it's a bit of a lean, but trying to find length through the spine to try not to round. So lengthening. Again, try not to let this happen, ribs not forwards. Pushing out and back through the back feet. And again, just taking away tension through the neck. Hands coming down. Pivoting this foot now, so my feet are now facing towards the camera. Bringing my weight into my right heel, sinking myself down to Zen Warrior. My left foot is still planted, and I'm bringing my hands to heart center. Straightening up, let's spin to face the opposite side. So now this is my left foot, raising my right foot, both heels are down, and I'm raising that back heel as I did before. Hips, ribs, head, hands rising up, exhale, right knee drops down. So again, I'm just trying to keep that knee over the heel, toes pointing forwards, and it's a gentle extension of this right hip, so I'm not going into anything too extreme. That right knee is dipping down towards the ground, strengthening the hips. Hands are going to drop down onto this front side, leaning forwards, tensing this back leg, so again trying to tense the buttock, the quad, the calf, and then exhale, exhale, planting down, rising up to my warrior one. 5 breaths. Stepping forward, so again, I'm going to go off camera here, so I'm just thinking about maybe keeping this quite neutral today, keeping the left knee slightly soft, resting down through the sole of the foot, and taking that right heel up. So again, we can rest here, or we can bring the heart forwards and let my head disappear off camera now into warrior 3. Right heel drops back, left foot turns forward. So my right foot is pointing towards the long end of the mat. My side of my right foot is level with the edge of the mat. My left foot is pointing to the front of the mat, so that knee's turned out as well. So it's not turned in, it's turned out. Leveling up the hips, spine is very neutral, shoulders are relaxed. These hips feel good, the ribs aren't forwards. In breath, a little bit of a reach back with the right hand. Exhale, sinking down to my warrior 2. Bringing awareness to my right heel, I'm just going to make myself have a beautiful footprint with that right foot, so try not to drop towards the inner arch. Right hand drops down, inhale, raising the left arm. So again, opening out through the left ribs. Floating back, turning my chest towards my front knee, those hands around and back, palms turned up, thumbs against the sacrum, ribs in, spine long, pelvis tilts, spine follows. So I'm feeling my belly kind of drop towards the space, towards the inside edge of my leg. I'm not going full weight this time, keeping my left knee bent, pushing into the back sole of the foot, so again keeping rounded and grounded, pushing out through the hands, taking those arms slightly away. So again, I could come all the way down, but I'm keeping, just changing range just a little. Hands lower down. So I'm pivoting that front heel to face this long end of the mat. So I can hang out here, I can take a fold, I can stay high up on my hands, I can keep my head, chest and hips aligned. Or I can begin to walk across into my Zen warrior. So I'm bending my left knee, dropping my weight back towards the heel, and then hands to heart center. My right foot hasn't changed, it's planted. I haven't dropped onto the edge of the heel. Walking back, hips are even. So again, staying high up on here. Or I'm now going to start to walk my fingertips back towards the toes. And dropping down to forward. Just making sure my hips aren't pushed back, my hips are over the heels, so I'm spreading my weight through the entire foot. And then rising up, hips forwards, heart centre. There you go, so that is part of this week's class again. I keep doing these things in 15-minute blocks, by the way, because if I post these videos to YouTube and it's longer than 15 minutes, it takes like an hour to post. So by doing it this way, it just takes 25 minutes and it doesn't break my phone. Anyway, I'll see what else I can post over the next few days, but yeah, hope you enjoyed that. Thank you. Sorry you couldn't see my feet.